Let's make okpa with ukpaka or ugba. So into this bowl is the flour and oil only. So this method I'm about to use now, I had a friend who prepared, she cooked okpa. So when I had a taste of it, I loved it, and she added it ugba or ukpaka. I don't know what you call it in your area. So when I asked her how did she prepare it, so she taught me how she made it. Now we are about to make it for the first time. So this is my first time of making okpa and ugba or ukpaka. So let me just do exactly what she taught me, and let's see what it is going to be or what it's going to look like. I trust it's going to be nice because I loved what she cooked. So this inside this bowl now is the okpa flour and red oil. So I have to mix both of them to blend together. So before I started mixing, I had to sieve this okpa to make sure the flour, to make sure there is no, that everything in it will be out. So you can actually mix with hands. So the purpose of mixing with oil first is so that water don't have to float. So that when you add water into your okpa, the oil doesn't have to float on it. So you have to mix with oil first before you start doing every other thing. So we are doing exactly what she taught me. Let's see what I'm gonna have. So let me on the water because I had to add warm water. So when it's ready for water, it's warm water I'm going to use. Thank you for joining and thanks for the like. I am making okpa with ugba or ukpaka. So a friend of mine made it and then it was lovely. I decided to make mine. So she taught me how she did her own. I'm making my own for the first time. So you guys join me. Let's see what it is going to come out to be. Inside this bowl is the okpa flour and oil only. So I had to mix together first before I add every other thing I want to add. So look at inside it. This is what it looks like. So because here in the UK, I had to manage any oil I got. Evan, thank you. Hi Evan. I post. Thanks everyone joining. So I had to manage the oil I was able to get here. It is not even very red. So we manage it here anyhow we get it. So we are still at it. This is only palm oil and then okpa flour. Thank you for joining, please. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe for me, guys. Thank you everyone for joining. We are making okpa with ugba or ukpaka. For those who didn't join earlier, so that is what I'm making, okpa with ugba or ukpaka. Yeah, I'm making okpa with ugba, my dear. So inside there, this is only okpa flour and palm oil. You can as well mix with your hands to make it more You know, anyone you find more comfortable for you. So I'm boiling hot water because it has to be warm. So I don't have to add a very hot water. It has to be a warm water. As she said, you know, I'm using someone's method now. I am using someone's method. She's from Nsukka though, and then as we all know, Nsukka people, they know how to make up, and Nsukka and Enugu, they know how to prepare this very well. So I'm using her method to get exactly what she gave me to eat because I loved it. So I have to make sure I mix very well before I go in with water and other things I want to add. Thank you for the like and thank you for watching. So before I added this flour here, I sieved it to remove every particles I don't want. I sieved it to remove every particles I don't want. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. This is what it looks like. I hope you see my bowl very well. So I have to go in with my salt. Like I told you, we are using someone's method now. She's from Nsukka. So this is the oil I use. This is what I was able to get here in the UK. So I added my oil, and then this is Oda. This is Oda. So I had to put some. I added some. This is Ewu. You know, we are using every native spices. I added some. This is Otazi. No, not Otazi, Uziza, not Otazi. This particular one is Uziza. So I added the last Uziza I blended. I still have some, but I need to still roast them and blend them. So I have to still mix. If you are from Nsukka, the person who showed me this method is from Nsukka. So believe me, what she gave me was very tasty. You know, to the point I had to make it as well. It was very tasty. I loved it. So I had to make it too. It was very good. In my village back home, you know, Enugu people, you know, Nsukka, from those areas, all of them, they come to my village to sell Okpa, ugba, abacha, all those native food, because, you know, they prepare it very well, and then we love eating it in my village, so they come there to sell it, and they sell very well. So anytime we are going to buy, we always ask, are you from Enugu? So we look for Enugu women, Enugu or Nsukka, in all those areas, we look for them. We always love to buy from them because they know how to make it very well. They know how to prepare all of these things very well. So we'd always prefer to get from them and eat. But I heard there was a method of making Okpa. Someone taught me to. That person is from Enugu as well. So this one now is a different method too. So we are using it. So inside this blender now is pepper and onion. So I have to blend pepper and onion. Inside this blender is pepper and onion. So I go in with it. So we are doing exactly what she taught me. Exactly what she taught me. If this was what she did to, get what she gave me, believe me, it was amazing. It was amazing. Very, very delicious. So I'm still mixing. So this is what it looks like while we continue to mix. There are much lumps inside it, so we have to continue mixing. And of course, if you add too much water immediately, you might find it difficult to get off all the lumps. So it goes little by little. So I have to rinse this and still add more with warm water now, though the water is hot. So by the time it goes here and I shake it, it will be warm. So I don't want it to splash all over here. That's why I went into the sink to shake it. So add it. We are still mixing. I hope you are seeing my bowl, everyone. We are still mixing. So it's still very thick. I still have to add more water. So I'll still use this so that I can get it. My pepper and onions, some particles are still left in it. So I have to still shake it. I'll go to the sink to shake this so that I don't want it to splash all over here. So this is it. We are mixing. So the more we mix this, it will be becoming more easier to turn. Because the more soft it's getting, the more easier it is for you to move into it. You can move around it. As you can see, it's becoming more easier to move around it. Believe me, this okpa is going to taste like, if you've not used this method to make your okpa, try it. It's a very different method. When I tested it from her, I loved it to the point I had to make it myself. So you have to try this method, guys. Make sure you try this method. You will love it. The taste, oh my God. If you are a lover and you come across this method, you thought you loved okpa before until you eat this one, my dear. You will get addicted to eating okpa more. So we still have to add some water again. So because the water I have here is very hot, I had to, put cold water here and then mix with this hot one so it will get warm. So it's warm now. I add more water. So you have to be careful while adding your water so that you don't get to put too much water into it. I hope you are seeing my bowl. We are still mixing. It is getting much easier now. It is getting much easier now. is getting much easier now. So this is it. I can now freely move my hand. I can freely move around it now. It is sticked into this ball well. You know, if you followed me from the beginning, you know the method and how we started. So because of that, it is still sticked in this ball well. So as I mix, I make sure I bring everything out. So I continue mixing. Excuse me, I had to cough, you know. So she added otazi. But the thing here is that I was not able to get this otazi here. So I have just, let's say, 2 or 3. This is one I was using from nkwobi. You all know what nkwobi is. So I decided not to eat it, and then I kept it. I intentionally kept it to make this okpa with it. So that is just very small. So I intentionally left it for this okpa. I was supposed to use this for nkwobi this morning, like to eat my own nkwobi, my portion. So I had to just let me put it out to make sure I get complete ingredient that she used, that she asked me to use as well. So this otazi is quite very small, but you know, it is better than nothing. It is better than nothing. Oh, look at it. It would have been so lovely if I had enough otazi. If you have not used this method for your okpa, come on, try it. When I tell you I ate it and I loved it and decided to cook it. Another thing I'm trying to make is it puff or yeah, puff. So I'm still gonna get a friend that will teach me that one. Each time I say let me contact her, but 1 or 2 things keep taking my mind away. Whenever I'm ready for that, let's settle with this okpa first. So I'm trying to make sure there is no lumps. As you can see, this is still very thick, meaning I need to still add some water. Because I had little otazi, I'm trying to make sure I put all the taste of otazi here. So I add more water. I hope you are seeing me, my bowl well. So I have to take that pot away in case it's obstructing what I'm doing. So this is still very thick, meaning I have to still continue going into it with some water. I need to still continue adding water. Give me a minute, guys. Let me adjust my baby. He's not lying down well. A minute, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I went to adjust my baby. He's not laying down well. Thank you for waiting. So I keep mixing. It is still very thick and I need some water more. Look at it. Of course, okpa is not meant to be thick. Okpa is not meant to be thick. It's not like you are cooking moi moi. It is not like you are cooking moi moi, because if you make it to have the same thickness like moi moi, you're not going to like the outcome. It's going to be very strong after you cook it. You won't love it. Nobody will love it like that. So when mixing it, you have to make it to be watery. And be careful the kind of watery I mean. I want to make sure I get all lumps away before I put the exact amount of water I want to use. So I still have to put more water. Remember, this is warm water. I hope you remember this is warm water we are using. Don't forget that. This is warm water we are using. So the reason I'm bending it is I have some that are stick to this mixer I'm holding. So I want to use this to bring everything out. And I'm being careful so that it doesn't pour away. Okay, so I did what I wanted to do. I have some part in this mix I wanted to bring out. So I finally did that. So it is still thick. I have to keep going in with water. So I have to mix another water. This one right here is very hot, so I had to, mix it with cold water to be warm. It has to be warm, not hot. As she said, remember we are using someone's method. Okay, so right here, I think I have the texture I want. I hope you're seeing this. Right here, I have what I want. So the next thing to go in with right now is, of course, the ugba or ukpaka that led to this new method we are doing now. So that is the next thing to go in with. So you put, how you want it to be, the quantity of ugba you want. So just put it. Just put it, Ndị Enugu na ndị Nsukka ụmụaka no sabi this Okpa thing well. This one I've learned from her. I go cook and the Okpa self go tire me. Okpa will be begging me, Cynthia, please leave me and this method alone. Leave me and this method alone. This style I've learned. Let me just finish it and it comes out to be good. It won't. So I had to check if I want to put something else, maybe salt, Let me see if I want to add salt. Yeah, there's no salt. So I have to go in with more salt. Be careful with this, please. I had to go in with more salt. Hey, it is already tasting nice. I haven't even cooked it yet and it is tasting this way. This method of Okpa I have learned. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to stick to it. Anytime I want to make Okpa, I will keep using this method. It won't. Until it has to beg me, Cynthia, please change me. I don't want you to cook me this way again. No way. So I have to mix the salt and check if it is okay or not. Mix and check. So I don't want it to settle on the bottom. That's why I'm being careful. I have to make sure it is not settled there. So let me check if it is okay. Of course, it is okay. Oh, I need more little salt. So I believe we are good with this now. So I had to send back everything I used. So don't forget, in this okpa we are making, so do not forget this okpa, there is no Maggi. There is no Maggi, so it is up to you if you want to add Maggi or not. So remember, like I said, I'm using someone's method. So no Maggi, she didn't add Maggi on it, and so I'm not adding Maggi. This is already tasting nice. Because I've been mixing up and I've been testing it all this while, this particular one tastes different. I've not even cooked it, and it is. Believe me, I'm not bragging. If you know me, you know I don't brag. But this one, my fellow woman cook am, I see am, I like am, I say I go cook am. Hey, I say I go cook am o. I must cook it. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to bring out some particles that are stick to this bowl and then the mixer I have. That is what I'm doing. Daddy, you are up. Bob, give me a few minutes, okay? I'm coming for you. So we are done mixing our okpa right now. What we are going to do is to tie it. We are going to tie it into the nylon we are going to use to cook. So as I tie, let me take this away. Let me set it aside. So I have to set this aside and then we tie our okpa. So I'll be using this, Daddy. I'll be using this nylon. This is what I'll be using. And of course, I'll be using this. So I'm done with this. If I need it again, I'll put it back. Bobo, let me come, okay? Daddy. 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 My baby is awake. I just hope he doesn't disturb till I get done with this. So I make sure, yeah, if I really want to settle with this way. So I'm not sure if what I'm testing, the salt is okay. No. So we start to tie. While we do this, I have to put my water to boil because it has to go into a boiling water. It has to go into a boiling water. If not, everything is going to settle under your nylon or your plate, whichever one you are using to cook your okpa. So it has to go directly into a boiling water. So let me start to tie it now. Let's start to tie it. Okay, let me put this aside so that you see what I'm doing very well. But I'm coming on. So let's start to tie it now. So you always stir it when you scoop it, because if you don't, it will settle under your bowl. If you don't, it will settle under your bowl, and I'm sure you will not like it. So that's why you have to always turn it. So we'll go by. Daddy, I'm coming. I'm coming. You have tried. I'm coming, Bobo. Let me tie this one, okay? I'm coming. we have tied one. Let me go look after my baby. I'll be back. So I'm not putting this directly into the pot. I'll set it aside because I've not tied everything I want. So I'll put it aside. I'm coming, guys. Bobo, daddy, daddy, daddy. Hey, hey, hey. Can you give me 5 minutes to finish? Give me 5 minutes. Can sit up. No. Give me 5 minutes, daddy. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Yakata. 5 minutes, Bobo, and I'll be with you. Is that okay? Is that okay, buddy? Give me 5 minutes, okay? I'm coming. Daddy, please. Wow, I don't saw my baby allow me to tie this finish so that. So guys, let's continue tying it. So I don't know what you'll be using to pack your own okpa. For me, I'm using this nylon. So this is the same method I'm going to do to everything till I'm done tying them. So I have to make sure you remove the air that is into the nylon before you tie it. Otherwise, it might burst into your pot. And if it bursts, everything will be a mess. So before you tie, make sure you remove every air that is into your nylon and then you tie it. I will always turn before I scoop. Daddy, I'm coming. So because I don't have someone that will hold this nylon for me, so this is the style I'm using to do it alone. If someone would hold it, you know, it would have been a different thing. So let all the air go out. You see it? And make sure every air I remove them. And then I tie. I remove all the air and then tie. The same method till I finish everything. Daddy, come get oh. It's a chair, Oh, my son is crying. I think I have to pause at the moment. I will have to pause at the moment and attend to him, and then I'll be back. So it's quite unfortunate this might be taking longer than expected. So I had to go and attend to him. Let me attend to my boy. I'll be back. I'll be back. Daddy, life of a mother. It is not easy. You are cooking and baby calls attention. You have to pause. Go and attend to your baby. You are washing and baby needs you. You have to stop. Go to your baby. You are eating. Baby needs you. You have to stop. Go to your baby. Everything you are doing once the baby calls, you have to pause and then attend to the baby first. Baba, take. Let me go and continue. Daddy, 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 daddy. No. So everything you are doing once the baby calls, you go to the baby first. Up here? Up here now. But that is true now. Okay. Wow. Say something now. You are keeping all quiet. Busy eating. I don't know if I can pause this YouTube live and then continue. I will make inquiries. If I can pause, maybe anytime I'm doing something and baby calls, I can pause and then once I'm done, I will continue. This is going to take about 5 minutes to be done with my son and then I'll get back. Please be patient with me. Even if you're not patient enough, you can still come back to see the end of it. We have already come to the end of that making up, but the only thing left is just to, sorry darling. Yeah. So we have already come to the end of that. The only thing left is just to put them into the pot and then allow it to cook. So because we have put all the ingredients we need and then every method in making it. Daddy. Wow. 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 Daddy. Hey, God. Wow. more serious to eat. And the D, and I have just few minutes to round up. That is when this hunger decided to come and attack my baby. I go when my big mom, I go and I know one of the states. And this agro in one of the states. My body one agro. I don't know you. Oh good. Daddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey. Oh. Are you okay? You did okay. You did okay, are you sure? Eat too. Eat everybody. Eat too. Hey. Bobo eat. Daddy eat. No. No, no. No. No, no. No. Daddy. Daddy. No. Foodie. Food. Woman. Check I made donuts. The next one, I am working made donuts. Come here. Você tá chegando de botar. Então vou chegar assim na donuts. É verdade. Mamãe já tá no como era na chica de fast food assim no donuts. Chica. Ei, chica. And then go to sugar now we are now. You just chop sugar anyhow. So we chop donuts. And then now but you Setima. Hey, Setima. You did okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? So you allow me to finish what I'm cooking? Yeah, that one can see Chinese mix. Eat too, so that not when I go to complete my okpa now. He's not calling me again. You know what is there? I know. Make life fancy. Always talk to your son. Mommy is always talking to you, right? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. baby. Yes, even though the mama is gone. Hey, Auntie. Daddy. Richard. No. Your own be safe. If you want suck breast sometimes, you know the brief. Yes, what did you do? Yes. You the question we died there. Hey! Daddy, can want me to make a cook? This is a lot of work. Is that okay? You go green? You go green, sir. You go green, sir. You go quicker. You go quicker. We allow me. And just, go. Let me tie them finish and then I'll come back to you, baby. Please, 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 please. I'm nearly done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me tie them and I will come back for you. So I'm back. Oh, sorry, this is taking longer, but because of my baby, I had to go and attend to my baby and then continue. So we'll continue. Daddy, chelo ka mmecha o ebekwana biko. Aka na ara pivo ọzọ kịta. Ime m gbanyụọ YouTube. Mgbanyụzie ya. Bob Landy not in the mood, sneezing and all. So allow me, please. Can you see up and then suka? Hey. So we are nearly done tying this. As we are coming to the end of this okpa, tying them in the nylon, I have to now put my water to start boiling. You may be wondering why I didn't put the water to boil. I know I have a baby who might call me at any time. So if I put it to start boiling, just like I paused to go and attend to my baby, it will boil and then I'm still not yet ready to go into it with my okpa. So now I'm almost coming to the end of this. And it boils very quick as well. So that's another reason. I have to put my water. This is the water I'll be using for it. So I have to put it on fire to start boiling. Dọdị nke ị na-asụ ude biko kwekpo. Nna. Anyị emesiwego already. Anyị emechawego already. Ma dichekwelu na ife vọrọ ovu agụgokwa. Ife vọrọ ovu agụgokwa. So I forgot to say, always leave some space here, not too much, so you don't make it too tight. You don't make it too tight as you're tying it. So this should be the last one. This is the last one. So I know I won't be needing that spoon again. So this is the last one. Does it come back and you go, oh? Let me put this one, I'll come. So I'll be back. Let me position my son. He's not staying well. Let me position him well and then I'll be back. We got to be doing some, pause and continue with this okpa. So once I position him and I come back, we're going to do the last process. That is it. Huh? Daddy, can you see a pot in every time? you okay? Look, I'm there. Oh. No. No, no. No. No, no. No. My son is always needing me. My water is almost boiling. So let me put this inside it then. So guys, so remember I've put this up for a long time. I've tied them out for a long time. So if you look at it, it has settled down already. If you look at the nylon, I don't know if you see this one very well. Yeah. Okay, see, everything I added has settled down. So that is the reason why before you go into the pot, you make sure you shake it. And that is also the reason why it has to go directly into a boiling water. You know, when the water is boiling, it has to be, you know, a kind of moving it. So it doesn't have to settle. Once it settles, everything goes, once it is just steady like this, everything goes down. And it stays one particular place. And that is not something you will like. So my water is boiling already. I have to, you know, shake everything before I go into it with it. So be careful so that you don't get to burst your nylon. So you can even add foil under your pot. You can add foil under it before you put your ukpa. You know, this is nylon. So that it doesn't get to burst into the pot. But because I've been cooking it like this and it doesn't burst. So, and of course my teacher, my friend who taught me as well, it is okay to go in directly like this. She's been doing it for years and then all her ukpa doesn't burst. The nylon doesn't get to burst into the pot. So my water is boiling, if you can see. This is a boiling water. I go into it with my ukpa. I make sure I shake everything before, shake very well before you put. So shake, shake, shake and put. So that is it, guys. Everything has gone into the pot. So we allow it to cook because it is going to take long to cook. I don't know if I can pause this live and continue later. So because it's going to take long to cook, I don't know how many of you that will be patient enough to, you know, so what's going to happen is that you all have seen the way I prepare this ukpa, the method I use. So it is going to take about 35 minutes to 45 minutes to cook. So I don't want to be wasting your time here. So we're going to end it like this. Or maybe I should just leave it on for those of you that want to watch. Maybe you just go straight to see the end product. So I'm going to leave this live section on till this ukpa is done cooking. So I will show you guys exactly the end product of it, okay? So let's just keep it on. I'm going to mute it so I can be able to do other things I want to do. Okay, guys, let's mute and then wait till the end product of our ukpa.